And now, a KFKX specialty show, Easy Vegetarian.
Hello, welcome to Easy Vegetarian. Today we're going to have a section about veganism. My name is Judson Bisher.
And I'm Autumn Conley, and today we have a special guest joining us, Miss Jen Gold. Every vegetarian and every vegan, unless you were a vegetarian or vegan from birth due to your parents, go through a transitional period of figuring out, how to balance your diet, how to give up meat and get that protein, and all the other factors that are involved with being a vegan and or vegetarian. In this case, we are going to discuss a transitional period for a vegan. Jen, how long have you been a vegan now?
I became a vegan on Earth Day, which was April 22nd. Ironically, I didn't plan that. It just happened. And so it's coming up 2 weeks on Sunday.
2 weeks. How would you say the first 2 days were?
Weird, because everywhere I looked, I was like, I can't eat that. I can't eat dairy. I can't eat meat. And it's amazing how, especially looking at ingredients, like even in bread, Sara Lee bread has milk in it. And so stuff like that really surprised me. I didn't expect that to happen. And going to our cafeteria was extremely difficult. Yeah. Because everywhere you look, it's like, well, it's what I used to eat, and then all of a sudden, because I've made this decision, I can't have it anymore. So that was difficult.
Has it been, have you, felt any different since you started veganism?
To be honest, more gaseous, yes. My stomach is, wondering what the heck is going on, I think. As my roommate, biology major, describes it, it's the fauna is being changed. I believe that's the right name. Could be flora, fauna, I don't know, one of the two. Which is just what's going on inside your intestines. It's it's so used to the same routine and whatnot. When you change that up, it produces a lot more gases and stuff. So my roommates aren't too happy about it, but it's a change that I'm decided to make, and they're just gonna have to deal with it.
And now here's the infamous question on why you decided to make that change.
I had heard about a documentary called Forks Over Knives, and I went on Netflix Saturday night before Earth Day, and I watched it, and it really just kind of presented a challenge for me to eat a plant-based diet and in turn become a vegan. So that's what I'm going for, just trying to eat plant-based foods and no animal protein.
So do you have a main meal that you eat every day, since obviously in Hastings there's probably not that much that you can eat, or do you have a lot of variety?
It's weird because I'll find something that I like and then I'll have leftovers, so I'll eat it 2 to 3 days in a row. But I've just been trying to, mainly find proteins like beans and legumes, and finding ways to eat them except for just being plain. I could eat black beans for probably 4 days in a row, but it's going to get old after a while.
Yeah.
So my challenge right now is finding recipes and more than just a one-course meal, I guess would be the challenge right now. So I'm working on figuring that out and just kind of experimenting with food, really.
You're still in the stage of trying to figure out how you want to balance your diet almost.
Yes,
because you have to find the foods.
You do, and I don't have this mental image of I should have this amount of carbs, this amount of protein, this amount of vitamins, blah, blah, blah. I just eat whatever is accessible to me in my fridge that day, which isn't necessarily balanced all the time. So that's going to be something that I look forward to when I go back to Denver this summer, is having Whole Foods, at hand, and I can just go there and get a variety of meals.
There'll be so much more that you can eat besides.
Exactly, because I walk into Russ's, and of course, where am I going to go? Straight to the produce.
Yeah.
And after a while, it's okay, well, I could eat a whole cucumber, but that's not going to be very filling or exciting. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird to think about. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, what did I even eat? Before I started this, you kind of forget.
So we talked about how difficult it was for you to find things to eat, but how difficult has it been to remain a vegan insofar as your temptations to switch back to eating what you used to eat? How hard has that been for you?
It's been pretty difficult. I get gung-ho about weird things, and this is one of them where I just went cold turkey. I didn't transition at all. I just stopped eating meat and dairy. And I did the whole thing where I would look at the back and look at the ingredients, and if it said milk or eggs, I wouldn't eat it at all, even if that wasn't the main ingredient. And then I kind of was like, okay, well, if I want to get my carbs in, if I want a piece of toast, I think I can sacrifice a little bit of milk in there.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not the main ingredient. So I kind of started doing that where it was, if it's not the main ingredient being dairy, then I'll eat it.
Yeah,
like, and
because
then, of course,
otherwise there's really nothing
yeah, it's difficult.
here at least.
You have to pretty much like bake your own food, or
Yeah.
like Back Alley Bakery bread has no milk
Yep.
in it, which is really nice. So that was helpful. But I've had slip ups. I had a cookie here and there. I had some rhubarb pie, which I'm sure the crust had some milk in it.
Uh-huh.
And then I really had a bad slip up. I took a bite of a Big Mac.
Oh no.
And the next day, my stomach hurt so
Yeah.
bad. I was like,
That's
I'm never doing that again.
And that was only after, what'd you say, a week or two?
A week and a
after?
half, yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt. It's
I can't
amazing.
even imagine after how long that I haven't had meat. Like,
Yeah.
of course, I eat dairy all the time,
Yeah.
but I can't even imagine what my body would do to me
Yeah, it
if
would
I
be
took
pissed.
if I took a
In-
bite of anything.
In January, I had to slip up, and I just had some chicken, and I felt so sick the next day. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't even like move. I felt so sick.
Oh my gosh.
Just
It's
because your
scary.
body doesn't know how to handle it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you had built up all these enzymes that your body was used to breaking the meat down, and then now they're not there, not as strong as they used to be.
So it's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
funny how quickly because a week and a half. It's funny how quickly your body is already rejecting it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
I would have never thought that.
Yeah, I mean, there could have been other reasons why my stomach was hurting, but I'd like to think it was because of that. Well, I mean, think of a Big Mac. It has so much mayo on
Yep.
it.
Ooh.
First of all, I haven't had any of that in a while.
Well, and
in the week and a half. So
Like a lot of the natural foods that are for vegetarians or vegans aren't high in sodium, and pretty much
Ooh,
Big
that
Macs are
is.
like all salt.
Yes, so that whole combination was just
Yeah.
wrong. It was painful. I learned my lesson. That's for sure.
Do you have anything else, Judd?
No, not
No?
really.
I mean, that might have been all we had for you, Jen. Is there anything that you would kind of like to say now that you are going through the transitional period and you're kind of getting used to it after a few weeks now?
Well, I have questions for you guys.
Oh,
about
go
some,
for it.
Some meals, which I know both of you are strictly vegetarian. You
Mhm.
still eat dairy.
Well, I'm a strict vegetarian. Judd is
Technically a pescatarian. So I
pescatarian.
eat fish.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But do you still eat dairy? Like,
Yeah.
do you have animal protein? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm wondering, because I've heard that it's good to have all your carbs in the morning. Like, it's better for your body because as you go throughout the day, you exercise and your body's feeding off those carbs. And it's not so good towards the end of the day because you don't have as much time to burn them.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering, what is a carb-loaded breakfast with no meat or dairy?
I guess like I've heard that same exact thing, and so for breakfast I would have, I used to do this routinely, like a peanut butter on toast, and have like or 2 pieces of toast, or make like a toast peanut butter sandwich.
with bananas.
Yeah.
That's really
Ooh.
good.
Yeah, because like you said, the carbs help you last longer throughout the day, and then you can have the more like simple carbohydrates or simple sugars to like if you need quick bursts of energy.
Oh, okay. That sounds
or like
great.
yeah, bagels. Although I'm not sure if they have any dairy content in them or not.
I'm sure there's some that don't,
Yeah.
but most, probably the generic brand
Yeah.
does.
Wheat pancakes.
Oh,
Those are
wow.
really good. They make, or you could just go buy whole wheat pancake mix at stores. And
Okay.
or whole wheat waffle mix if you have a waffle maker.
Yes, definitely. Oh, that sounds great.
Yep.
And I did get Smart Balance butter, which is
Uh-huh.
dairy free.
And
So
I also think that there are I can't remember what they're called. They're like little breakfast shakes that you can buy, and I'm pretty sure they're dairy free, and you can buy them for like they have like strictly protein ones, and I'm pretty sure they have strictly carb ones.
Are they
Oh,
are they
cool.
naked shakes?
no.
Is that what those are?
No, gosh, I can't remember what they're called, but I can find out.
yeah, that'd be great. Cool. Well, thank you for that. As far as just a statement, I don't know. I would recommend people to do their research. You know, I can't necessarily suggest anything in particular, but do some research on it, and because we don't know what's in our food.
Yeah.
95% of the time, we don't know where. Even actually, no, I would even go 99% of the time, because you can get vegetables at the supermarket, but you don't know what kind of pesticides they use,
Yep.
what kind of what do you call them, like steroids,
Mhm.
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. That I'm also reading a book called Omnivore's Dilemma. Have you guys heard of that book?
I don't think so.
it's just about kind of where our food comes from, and it's just talking about how prevalent corn is in everything, and it's just been made to just be this super crop that's really low in nutrients now that it's in a monoculture, so it's not being grown next to anything else. It's just all corn, and it's real prevalent in everybody's diet. So
yeah,
I don't
and
know, it's
then
interesting.
and then it becomes less nutritious, and then once you cook it, it becomes even less nutritious.
Yeah.
So that's another problem I know with foods
I guess
like that.
I guess that kind of made me think of another question for you, because, well, for one, you're in this new process for you, but you're also extremely involved with Seek.
Mm-hmm.
The other day on our show, we discussed the environmental effects that, in general, that it has on the environment, and why a lot of vegans or vegetarians choose to go that route due to environmental influences. Did you think about that when you...
In talking with friends, I'd always heard that was kind of their reason for being a vegetarian or trying to eat less meat and stuff. And I don't know, for some reason it just didn't bother me. I don't know why. I guess because I haven't had it thrown in my face yet. I haven't seen exactly what the impacts are. I haven't seen the numbers. I know it's true, but I guess for me it's not something that's tangible right now. Like it's almost like I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to believe it, I guess you would say. So, I mean, like, I feel better that I'm doing it now, knowing that I am, like, lessening that impact. But personally, I don't know how much of an effect it has. And I know it's huge. I mean, I've heard that it's huge, but I don't know those numbers and stuff. So that's something I'd like to learn, that I would like to learn from other people. And in reading this book, I'm sure that's going to come out.
Be in there, yeah, I'm sure.
So I'm kind of just, like, waiting for that to happen. But when it does, it'll just justify my reasons. Because right now, I don't say that to people if they ask why I'm doing it. I really just tell them because I saw the documentary and there was research on links to cancer and plant-based diet, decreasing... I mean, not minimizing cancer, but leveling it out and whatnot. So, I don't know. But the environmental impact is something that I'm going to learn about, and it will be another justification for why I'm a vegan.
Well, that might be the end of our segment for today. But don't forget to tune in next week for our very last Easy Vegetarian segment. And I will be on board. I'm Autumn Conley again. Judson Bisher will be here. And hopefully Diane Beachley will be joining us to talk about some nutrition facts. So thanks, Jen, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And have a good day, guys.
Bye.
This has been the specialty show Easy Vegetarian on 90.1 KFKX.